Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video. This time I'm going to be doing another one of these updates over here on the channel. And while I do so, we're actually just going to hop into some Animal Crossing. I find it very easy to zone out and kind of talk about the things I want to while I'm playing a game like this. And this especially is one of those games you can just kind of chill with and have a good time. So we're just going to try and take care of this island, kind of have a good time with it, and hopefully you guys will join me. But I want to talk about kind of what everything's... So unfortunately, from 30 seconds in this video until 4 minutes in this video, my audio cuts out. And so I'm going to go ahead and fill in the blanks of the things I talked about right here, and we'll just kind of chill before my actual commentary returns. I think it's because I shook my leg and the microphone cord came undone, so yeah. Either way, this video right here that we're doing, this Animal Crossing video, this update and fancy old good time, I just wanted to talk about kind of quarantine and where it's had me. Because for me personally, I don't know about you guys, but my motivation has been at an all-time low. Alongside having to do work most weekdays and having to kind of be on call and checking my email pretty consistently, I've just found, like, looking at media, looking at Twitter, everything to be very, very exhausting. And for a good reason. There are some very, very important causes ongoing, Black Lives Matter, and stuff like that, that are huge balloons in media right now and are huge deals. And I wholeheartedly believe in the cause. And so being able to give space for that to kind of get its voice out, and giving space to these protests that are incredibly important was large to me. It's no excuse for me not creating content in the first place, though, because I also think I could have done so. But it's very easy to self-defeat and be like, I think it's important for these things to be the focus of everybody else right now. So I think that's a large part of it. And for me personally, I made a donation to the Black Lives Matter Canada cause, because I think that it's something that is incredibly important. I have many, many people that I know that are people of color, and you'll hear me talk about that after the audio cuts back in. It's weird, because, like, I also talk about half of this inside the actual video, but that's kind of where I've been. Later inside this video, I'll also touch on a situation regarding a creator that I looked up to in the past, by the name of Cryotic, of which a big situation came out about grooming. So I'll kind of touch on that a little bit after the video cuts back to that. But that's kind of what this video is about. Hopefully you guys enjoy. And I'm going to go ahead and cut back to the real audio, and you can enjoy the rest of the very chill Lee talking about the things that matter to him. Sorry, it seems I might cut off. I don't know where it did. I think it wasn't for too long, but I'm trying to watch it. Oh dear. But yeah, as I was saying, Black Lives Matter is a big deal inside media right now, and I know a lot of people that are people of color, of which it deeply affects, and I've learned stories and firsthand accounts of different situations that people... Okay, it happened twice. Oh dear. Hopefully it's okay. I think it's just my microphone wire was bent in the wrong way. But yeah, I have people that are around me quite often that are people of color and do deeply struggle with these kinds of things. And so I have an understanding of why this is a big deal. And so even at work and stuff like that, it became a rather large topic about these protests and what's been going on. And so that took a lot out of me, to the point where, like, all of the last couple of weeks have basically been swallowed by that. And, like, the Black Lives Matter thing here in Canada is very important, I find. So I made a donation over there to try and, like, support the cause. So I do think that it's worth so much to be able to have a pillar of support in a time like this. And so, yeah, that's kind of been something that weighed on me quite a bit. And I think that's a lot of the reason why I wasn't able to get motivation last couple of weeks. I also think that it's not my place to be the person in the spotlight or be creating at this time, because those kinds of voices should be amplified so much more. But I think that's just an excuse as well. I don't think that's a justification for not creating in the first place. But these kinds of things are the things you get hooked on, you know? These kinds of things are the things that you think about the most. because it matters a lot right now, the things that have been ongoing. And so I've been trying to adjust, trying to kind of get more... So I got more informed, and now I'm trying to get more, like, autonomy in my day-to-day right now. So, like, work stuff goes the way it needs to, everything's okay. Come 5 p.m., what do I want to do? A lot of the time it's just been the same answer, but now I'm making that choice, which is important. I think that even making the choice in the first place is something that's worth a lot for this current time, because motivation is at such like an all-time low. But at the same time, it's not an excuse for not creating in the first place. And so when I look at YouTube, I often feel like a pit in my stomach, because I do want to create, and I do genuinely love this. I love being able to create like this. It's just, it clicked the wrong way. It's been clicking the wrong way for the last little bit. Hard to get that motivation when that motivation comes from a place of, like, joy and need to create. But yeah, been kind of dealing with that, and that's what I want to talk about in regards to that. But another topic I wanted to discuss while we're going at this and kind of still rocking through things. I'm still looting this island. So, I watch a lot of YouTubers. Over the years, I've kind of grown up and I've seen many, many people grow their audiences and gain a place. And I think it's absolutely incredible. I've seen some people grow from nothing to hundreds of millions, like a certain biggest YouTuber on the platform did. So like 60K when he first came around, and it just kind of grew from there. But a big example of that was Cryotic. He's a YouTuber I've looked up to for a long time, actually. I really enjoyed his stuff. Watched him back in high school quite often. Took a break for a little while, then came back at like the beginning of 2019 and really enjoyed his stuff again. But if you haven't heard the situation as of recent, I've been in this community for a long time, and I've kind of been listening to the voices and stuff like that. So he came out and made a video talking about how apparently he groomed minors when he was younger. Apparently it's still continuing to this day, according to people that are around him. And it was a matter of, he groomed minors from before they were 18, and then also cheated on his, like, he cheated on his girlfriend at the time with his best friend's girlfriend, and then broke up both of their couples, pretty much. Which sounds so fucked to me, and there's so much more about it, and so much more, like, vitriol that it can dredge out of me, honestly. Oh, no. But got it. Don't even worry about it. But I think that there's... It's not my place to say a lot of the things, but it brings up something that I think really matters in online communities right now. And it's the fact that creators are still looked up to quite a bit. No matter what, you'd be surprised how many people look at creators and point to them and go like, man, you're such a good person. I love what you do. You do such... It's like such incredible things, such great things for community and stuff like that. You don't actually know the person themselves. I've talked about this before in the past, but the idea of like a parasocial relationship is a big deal. And it leads to situations like this. It leads to people becoming dependent on creators, and creators being able to use that power to be able to get things that they want. Even at like a TwitchCon party. You hear a lot about that right now as well, with other instances of these assaults happening. And I think that parasocial relationships is basically a one-sided friendship that the person doesn't know you, but you know of the person. And these power dynamics are a thing that are becoming scarier and scarier when it comes to minors dealing with the online space at the moment. And so I just want to urge people out there, if you are like out there and enjoy stuff from a creator, you can't worship them or put ideas onto them like I thought you were a good person. An example of this was we had a previous Discord server. I want to say 2018, tail end of 2018, right before I went into my college as well. and really loved that server. It was really enjoyable. I loved the community we were building. It was very fun. But then one day I was at school, I was at college, and suddenly I was added like 4 or 5 times because someone had said a slur of which was very homophobic. And so me just being at school, doing my own stuff, literally being like barely on lunch and just starting and having to go do some other things, go and study for myself, I didn't have an answer at the time to how to solve it. And so what I said is, okay, I'm going to ban both of you and then I'll find out about it and read the records later. Because that was my band-aid at the time. That was my solution to whatever I couldn't even see because I was literally tuned into something else at the time. Probably should have had mods deal with it anyway, but at the time it was just like, oh, I should solve this. I will solve it at the moment because it is a thing in front of me. And so I banned both of them, and I ended up getting messages from one of them, of which was like, wow, Lee, how could you ban me from your server? I've loved your content from the moment you started. I've respected you wholeheartedly since you began. I thought you were a good person. How could you do this? And it was that phrasing, especially of, I thought you were a good person, that made me realize, like, even though I'm just a creator that barely has any kind of audience right now, there are still people that look to me and judge me for my character. You guys don't know me at all. Frankly, you've seen less than 5% of who I am as a person. And so that kind of thing, and that kind of dependency and assumption of their type of character and who they are, is something that happens very, very often. Hell, I had an assumption about this creator I've looked up to since 2014, right? I had my own assumptions about who he was as a person, and suddenly it comes out that he's been grooming people, and I wasn't surprised by it. And like, it's not that I judged him for who he was or who he wasn't. It's that I looked at it and was like, oh, so here were the signs that I was neglecting, and here are the things that are happening that clearly make me look at it and go like, okay, yeah, I side with the victims here because it is clearly a massive deal and a big problem. And so those kinds of things are things that have been weighing on me quite a bit. And I think that with that situation happening, with this creator I look up to, ooh, that's a new one actually. Oh no, it isn't. I already have a days. Never mind. Those just look different. And I've had a lot of difficulties looking at 2020 so far and everything that's been happening, all the different messed up things that have just been occurring non-stop almost every day. I've had a lot of trouble trying to take it as a call to action to change myself in different ways. It's difficult when you look at headlines and several times a month you're looking at it like, holy shit, this is so fucked up. I feel like something needs to change here for sure, but you have no answer to it. And then the next thing comes up and you need to change that too. I think that I have a lot of small things that I look at myself and I feel like I want to change personally, just for the sake of my own adjusting even right now. Get less involved in people's emotions so I don't literally have their own traumas taking over my headspace. That's a big problem of mine, actually. I don't know if you guys care about Myers-Briggs tests at all, but I am big INFP. And so my empathy is off the charts, but I'm also an asshole. So it's kind of a weird mix to have happen. Ooh, that's a cool one. I'll take that. I'm actually gonna swap that out for something. But yeah, those kinds of things are hard. And I think that when I look online right now, and when I see all these creators on Twitch and stuff like that, I think it's really important to really distance yourself from your community, but also give yourself like that openness. It's such a strange place to be, honestly. Twitch is something so far outside of the norm for so many people, and it's such an easy way to go and like download a friend. Or stream a friend, rather. I just put download because it sounds like the download a pizza thing. But like, it's literally... Some people look at it as if it's a platform for them to get companions because right now it's nearly impossible to. I think a large part of my 2018 experience, as well as a good part of 2019, was me running toward a lot of different like parties and stuff like that to try and get like a new friend group and a new pillar of support together. And I think there's a lot of people out there right now, especially in like their early 20s. Hell, my birthday was yesterday. I'm 22 right now. That are trying to search for a sense of community, and it's just impossible to build unless you're in like a big city and you could go to bars often, or you go and attend like an improv workshop like I attended for a while, or you go to nonstop parties almost like every weekend, which is impossible during a pandemic, mind you. It's just so messy for a lot of people, and that's why I think that... Ooh, well, I'll take that. I think that's why I like my job so much right now, because I host a drop-in group for youth to find a community and be able to find a good voice. I think that being able to have like pride workshops as well helps people build that sort of community. So I'm very happy about it because the job allows me to do these kinds of things, and these inspirations I have and these ideas about connections and what kind of supports people have, I think is worth a lot. I've been told it's worth a lot in my job, and it's been nice to hear. Yeah, I think that Twitch right now is very heavy in trying to have people find communities, but if these communities are communities that people can get preyed on in, that's a massive problem. And so, the takeaway that I would like to give out from this one, from this video I'm doing right now, from these things I'm chatting about, is just that when you look at a platform like Twitch.tv, don't involve yourself or make assumptions about the person as a whole, because you also just literally could not know them. You can think the things they do are good and think they're funny and stuff like that, but also like blindly defending someone is bad. Having your own opinion is worth a shit ton. And also just listening is worth a lot. Naturally, this is a huge outlier, and not many communities will get cut down the middle because of the Twitch streamer supposedly grooming minors. That's not a super common thing and should never be. But just don't look at creators as if they're a good person or a bad person. Don't make assumptions. They just create content. They're just there. That was a completely different tangent from like the original part about motivation, stuff like that, but I think it's a message I wanted to put out there because I talk about parasocial stuff fairly often. I did a podcast about it with a person from my work, actually. We're still waiting for it to go up, about parasocial relationships and about everything like that. So yeah, it's something that I find to be very, very important for me personally, and I think that I wanted to share that here. But this has just been me kind of ranting. I already ransacked this island, just been fishing for a while. I think we made a pretty good trip. We got a fossil, we got some good items, we got some boots. We got a wasp. I'm happy with this. I'm gonna head on back. But that means I'm probably gonna cut this episode here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I think that I did just need to zone out for a little while and kind of update you guys on what's been going on. I'm trying to find that motivation right now as much as I can. And I think that I'm regaining it the more I think about how much I enjoy making content. And so I just need to be more reliable and try and keep that going. I think that the goal is to set like smaller goals, like stream 2 hours a day, for example. Not today because it's Twitch Blackout Day, to support the victims of abuses of power over on Twitch.tv, because that is a big problem over there right now. But streaming 2 hours a day most days and trying to kind of work on that and push that up a little bit is kind of my main goal right now. In regards to YouTube, I'm trying to get one up every 3 days. I think that's kind of my goal, but I'm not going to like beat myself up about it if I don't. I just am going to consciously be like, I do this for fun. This is something that I enjoy. it's my pleasant event for the day, even, I would phrase it as. We're going to use, like, DBT terms. But I think that's worth a lot. And so this has just been me kind of opening up, talking about my communities I've been in and kind of what's been going on. Hopefully I'll catch you guys soon over on the streams. I did do a poll over here on YouTube about what content you guys want to see, and I have a good idea of what I want to post going forward. I expect a Hiro Kantari video up soon as well. You want that as like a little confirmation. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take it easy. And I will see you guys on the next one when we just have a good old chill time with some more video games. Take it easy, everybody. I appreciate you.